Howdy folks. Today I'm going to start this Sportsman 3500 running watt generator for you. I think it's probably really closer to 3000 running watts. You really can't go by what's advertised. Now I'll do a part 2 to this after it's broke in. I'll do a part 2 and then we'll test it and really see what you really can get out of it before the voltage starts to fall. But anyway, I've never started this. It's a dual fuel unit. You can run it on gasoline or propane. You're supposed, technically, it's always been my understanding, you're supposed to break an engine in on gasoline because you really kind of need the carbon to help it break in. But I don't want to ever put gasoline in this unit. I'd like to just run it on propane and never have the tank dirty. I might just take the tank off of it, to tell you the truth. Just take the gas tank plumb off. So, anyway, I ordered this on eBay. And come to my door in about 4 days. And I just put oil in it. It comes with a good funnel for getting oil into them generators. You got to have a special shape to get it in there without spilling it. That worked pretty good. And all I did was put 10W30 Harvest King oil in it. But before I put that in there, I put some zinc, a whole bottle of zinc, this ZDDP Plus in a motor oil. I like to do that to all my, especially gasoline engines. I mean, today's motor oil just doesn't have much zinc in it. But anyway, I'll get on with it. I'm going to start this and see if it'll actually start for the first time on the propane. Now, I've had it turned on for a little bit. I'm going to pull that rope real slow and pull it over just a few times just to create a vacuum to suck some of that fuel in the carburetor before I ever go to snatching hard on that rope to try to start it. When I get it started, I've got a 5 horsepower vacuum cleaner over here. I think that's around 10 amps. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm going to try it out with that 5 horsepower vacuum cleaner. But anyway, let's see what happens here. It's real slow. I've already got the on switch on over there. Alright. I'm going to choke it. And I'm still going to turn it over just a little more. There's a lot of air in this propane hose here. Alright, here we go. Not the first pull. Second pull. Well, I'd call that a pretty good first run on propane. Now, that's just some smoke burning some paint off of there. Don't pay no attention to that. But I'm going to rig this thing up to my house where I can backfeed through an outlet for a RV plug. I pointed out the RV plug there a while ago to you. I'm installing another RV plug on my house here. And I'll be able to just backfeed the house through that. Just turn my main off and backfeed through that. I've got another breaker already in my box. And, well shoot, I'll just go ahead and show you that. When I'm running on generator power, I flip this other breaker. I'll just pull the panel out here where I can show you. The electrician would tell you this is a big no-no, but I've got a double throw breaker right here with a piece of wire just looped. Now what that's for, I've been backfeeding just through this 20 amp receptacle, but I'll put that back in a little bit. But anyway, the reason I've got that, and you don't turn that on until you have turned this main off and you've turned off every 220 circuit that's attached to this service. And the point in that is you've got that jumper wire. Well, your RV plug's only coming off of one side, off of one leg. You have 220 volt legs. Well, by having that breaker in there to jump it, and I have used jumper cables, but I like the breaker better, and that's got some safety to it. If you forget to turn that breaker off and you flip the main back on, it'll flip that breaker because it's a short. It sees it as a, sees it as a short or a fault, and it flips that breaker. But it's best to just remember to turn that off. Later I'm going to make a video about making a lockout for that, where you have to slide a lock, a flat plate lock, to be able to flip that switch on. So you'll have to actually turn the main off, the 200 amp main or 100 amp main, whatever you've got. You have to turn that off and to be able to slide the plate to flip that double throw breaker so that you're feeding both legs. That way everything in the house can be powered that's 110. Anything that's 110, this generator will power. And I've been backfeeding this whole house off of a little 2,000 watt Honda, often, and feeding both legs like that. I just turn all my 220 stuff off. I've got quite a big shop here, and I mean, it runs all the lights in my shop. It runs 2 refrigerators and a freezer, and all my lights and TVs. But this is going to do it just a little bit better. And this was cheap, and it's propane, and propane doesn't go bad like gasoline. So I can just build me a little house for this out here, and just have the generator sitting in its own little locked up box there, and whenever the electricity goes off, I just pull it out and plug it up and backfeed the house. But you'll see more of this generator later. I just wanted to kind of introduce you to this Sportsman dual fuel generator here, because they're real reasonable right now. You can really buy one reasonable. Now you can buy the Champion reasonable. You can't buy the Honda reasonable. You'd buy the Predator reasonable. I think the Champion is better than the Predator. I don't know about the Sportsman. I'm unsure about that. Now Hobotech, I don't know if any of you guys watch him or not. He's got a pretty good kind of a nomadic RVing channel there. Now he had a 800 watt inverter Sportsman. I'm pretty sure he ran that unit for way over a year. He had a lot of hours on it. And anyway, it went bad just before the warranty expired, and Sportsman sent him another unit, or Home Depot, whichever one it was. They sent him another unit and warranted it, and he sold that unit. And now he is using it's a little 1,000 watt inverter generator. I don't know why I can't think of the name of it right. Westinghouse. He's using a little Westinghouse right now. And I don't know about the Westinghouses. I've seen some Westinghouse generators, around the 1,800 or 2,000 mark. you know, that was inverter generators that were dismantled, and the engine was not as good. The connecting rod and the piston and all that was not built near as good as the Honda or the Predator or the Champion or any of them. It was, you know, the connecting rod was smaller. And my opinion is the Westinghouse, the 2,000 watt inverter Westinghouse in particular, might be a little bit weak as far as longevity. But I'll let you know how this Sportsman does. I'll be using it around for odd jobs, running a pole saw off of it and running an air compressor off of it on the back of my work truck and stuff like that. And I'll, you know, occasionally pop back up with a video and let you know how it's doing. Thank you all for watching, and y'all have a good day.